How's it going, everybody? This is John Hester here at Hester's Motorsports. Today what we're doing is we have this Mule Pro F XT that we're customizing for build, brand new one that we're fixing up here. And we get a lot of questions on the shock packages, of course, and these are not the same shocks you buy off of Elka, off of their site. Ours are totally different than the factory setups. So our shocks are a lot longer, gives you a lot more travel, and it actually adds in the lift because the shock is much longer. Anyways, this is to kind of show just how easy it is to install these shocks. So this is a stock front, this is the front that everything is marked, as you can tell right there is front. We already have the rears on, but I just wanted to show on the rear what is needed. So I always tell everybody you do have to do a little bit of grinding. Could you grab me a light, please, Chris? I'm going to show you real quick here. Here we go. There we go. I got my light. Okay, so you have to trim because the distance in between the shock bodies here and here are a lot different. As you can tell, there's almost nothing here, and you have the shock body here. So you have to clearance it. And as you can tell, see, all you do is just barely trim. Yeah, I can see it good here. You can barely just trim right here. This is the rear. And so you can see that there's light in between there, so that way the shock is not touching anything there. So you do that. This is the rear, and then of course you do it on the front. We're getting ready to do the front here, and we will do the same thing, which is just basically you're just barely trimming right in here, right on the bottoms of here, just so that way the bolt fits in nice and easy, and you can move the shock and nothing is touching. And we're talking like 1/16 of an inch maybe. So it's just barely anything in there, and that will allow you to clearance for the shock, just because the design of these caps. So that's all you have to do, and use the stock hardware, put your original bolts right back in, bam, and there you go. And like, as you can see right now, there's no bracketry or nothing, and this sucker's lifted, keep our angles really good, really nice setup. So we custom tailor these shocks to every individual, so valving and shock rates will be different depending on the build, the load capacities, all that stuff. But you have a lot more stroke in the shock, and that's where we're gaining 4 inches more wheel travel. So we're increasing this up to 12 inches of wheel travel on a mule. So essentially it makes it ride like a pillow, and you could drive it like a trophy truck. It's just amazing the upgrade that these shocks are. So these are just the stage 1 setup, which is our most common. In itself is a absolutely massive upgrade, but we can go all the way up to stage 5, stage 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, depending on whatever the customer wants, what you're looking for out of them. But we do wanted to just show just that little tiny bit of clearance is that. So whenever I say, oh, you need to just grind it a little bit, now you can see why you have to do that little bit of trimming, because the shocks are of a totally different design in order to fit. So if you guys have any questions, just give a call and ask. 575-445-3558. Be sure to help you out any way we can.